In the Middle East, two nations stand on the edge of history, Israel and Iran. For decades, tension has been simmering. Covert attacks, cyber warfare, shadow assassinations. But today, that tension has erupted into a dangerous confrontation. What began as quiet threats has escalated into direct strikes, and the world is watching. This is not just a war. It's a warning. Welcome to Global Force Frontline. Talk about long-standing rivalry. Nuclear program issues, Iran's support for proxy groups, Israel's airstrikes. To understand today's conflict, we must go back decades. Israel sees Iran's nuclear program as an existential threat, a weapon that could wipe the Jewish state off the map. Iran, on the other hand, views Israel as a Western outpost, backed by Washington, threatening its sovereignty and influence. In secret, Israel's Mossad carried out daring missions, sabotaging nuclear sites, assassinating scientists, planting cyber weapons like the infamous Stuxnet virus. Iran struck back through proxies, Hezbollah in Lebanon, militias in Syria and Iraq, and drone strikes across the Gulf. Each move was a chess piece in a silent war until silence broke. Israel launching airstrikes, Iran responding with missiles, drones. The first sparks lit the skies when Israeli jets, possibly F-35 stealth fighters, struck deep inside Iranian territory. Nuclear facilities, air defense systems, military command posts. The message was clear: Israel will not allow Iran to reach nuclear capability. But Iran's response was immediate. Ballistic missiles rained down on Tel Aviv and Haifa. Drones, cheap, swarming, and deadly, struck Israeli air bases. The Iron Dome defense system intercepted many, but not all. For the first time in decades, Israel's cities felt the true weight of an Iranian counterstrike. Widen the scope. Neighboring countries. U.S., NATO. Cyber warfare, oil disruption. This was no longer just an Israel-Iran conflict. The Middle East itself began to shake. Hezbollah launched rockets from Lebanon. Militias in Iraq threatened American bases. Oil prices spiked overnight as tankers crossing the Strait of Hormuz became targets. Meanwhile, in cyberspace, a new battlefield emerged. Iranian hackers shut down Israeli banks and power grids. Israeli cyber units retaliated, striking Tehran's infrastructure, plunging cities into blackouts. Washington and Brussels scrambled. NATO on high alert, Pentagon war rooms lit up through the night. Because this was no longer a regional skirmish. It was the spark of something far greater. Mention expensive military systems, hardware for high RPM. Across the skies, some of the world's most advanced military hardware roared into action. The Israeli Air Force deployed its F-35 stealth fighters, worth over $100 million each. Iran scrambled Russian-made S-300 missile defenses, desperately trying to block the incoming raids. Reports surfaced of Israel using submarine-launched cruise missiles from the Mediterranean, a shadow strike few expected. At the same time, Iran tested its new hypersonic missile, capable of bypassing traditional air defenses. This was no longer a proxy war. It was a full display of 21st century warfare, stealth jets, cyber attacks, ballistic missiles, drones, and submarines colliding in a single theater. Human impact, diplomatic chaos, future risks. But with every missile, every strike came fallout. Israeli neighborhoods reduced to rubble. Iranian cities echoing with explosions. Thousands displaced, families shattered. In Brussels, NATO leaders gathered in emergency session. The Pentagon debated, should America intervene? Russia and China condemned Israel's strikes, hinting at support for Tehran. The United Nations called for calm, but calm was a luxury no one could afford. And the question loomed: if Israel destroyed Iran's nuclear facilities, had it bought security or ignited a larger firestorm? This is not just a war. It's a warning. A warning of how fragile our world has become. A warning of how regional conflicts can ripple into global crises. And a warning that in the age of drones, cyber attacks, and nuclear ambition, one miscalculation can change history forever. The Israel-Iran conflict is more than a headline. It is the story of our future. The question remains, are we ready for it? You've been watching Global Force Frontline. If you want to understand the wars shaping tomorrow, share this video, like it, and follow for more. Because what you just heard is not just a war. It's a warning.